Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Dan D POV. And some of y'all probably already know about this movie. Some of y'all probably don't. Last night I was literally just going through Netflix and I was scrolling down the movie topics and I seen the movie Quarantine. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck? But I watched, there's two parts to this. There's part one and there's part two. On Netflix, I seen part two, right? This one right here. But this movie was made in 2021, part two, and this movie was made in 2018. And it's very eerie looking back at movies like this, pretty much predicting what was going to happen in 2021. This movie is called Quarantine. And when I seen it, I was like, yo, what the? I remember watching this one. All right. I remember watching this one, and I don't know if I should play it because I ain't trying to get copyrighted. But if y'all never seen it, watch it. Now, the first one is not really too relevant to 2021, but the second one is definitely, it's a little eerie to watch because they predict pretty much how we living now. But the first one, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's a news lady. She's a news reporter, and she's doing like a behind the scenes of what it takes to be a firefighter. And then she goes and follows a fire crew into a house, not knowing that the house is infected with this deadly disease that if you get bit by something, it's going to turn you into a vampire, or like it's going to turn you into like this thirsty killing animal, right? So this is the lady, and she follows the she follows the fireman team into a house, but the house was infected by some type of like just deadly virus or whatever. But that one doesn't really hit home like this one. Part two really hits home. And this was made in 2021. This one was a little eerie to watch because they predict like literally our behavior of how we act in 2021 dealing with this virus. Now, this is kind of like the same theory. It's like this deadly virus that is going around inside of a plane. But in this plane, the behavior that they show is exactly how we are acting today. There was this one scene where you see people rubbing their hands with hand sanitizer. Like you see people just washing their hands with hand sanitizer. You see this one lady, she is wiping the seat of the airplane with some wipe or something like that. And you see people coughing and sneezing. And it's just like little things in this movie. I was like, yo, like they really predicted this shit. And in the few scenes of this movie, they have a scene where there's a group of people arguing whether you should wear a mask or not. I'm like, yo, they are arguing about wearing a mask or not. I'm like, that's exactly what we're doing right now. And then there's another scene in the movie. I don't want to spoil it, but there's another scene in the movie where the police came into the airport and they were trying to rescue the people that were in the airport that was infected. But the only way they will help you is if you take a shot. They would not help you if you did not take the shot. If you volunteered and took the shot, they would rescue you and bring you outside for you to be in safe arms. But if you did not take the shot, they would leave you in the airport with the creatures to be bitten. I'm like, yo, watch part 2. This is the one y'all need to watch. And when y'all watch it, pay attention to the details, because like they predict our behavior, like how we act, how we interact. They predict that we're going to use hand sanitizers, and we're going to be, wiping the counters and wiping the chairs. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. And then there was showing scenes of people coughing. Later on in this movie, I don't want to spoil it for people who hasn't watched it, but in this movie, they explain that the virus was man-made, that it was a man-made virus. I don't want to tell a story, but just watch this. Like, when you watch this movie, it's gonna creep you out a little bit. It's gonna creep you out. Like, there was an outbreak in LA of this virus, and it spread it all across. It's a little eerie. It's a little eerie to see in 2021 they predicted how we're acting in 2021. I was like, yo, this is crazy. And I always knew, bro, like, I always knew that these movies that we watch, literally, they know something. Because, I mean, some of these movies is a little bit too, like, stuff is coming intuition. Stuff is coming from these movies is now happening in real life. Like, a lot of these crazy movie scenes, like 9/11, I mean, there's so many crazy movie moments that we are now living in present time. And you go back and you watch those movies and you're like, yo, they knew something. You know what I mean? Like, these movies are telling us something. And I always knew that. But now that we are actually living in this vaccine, quarantine, COVID-19 era, and going back and watching these movies that predicted in 2021, 2011, this movie was made in 2011. And y'all know it takes maybe like 1 or 2 years for a movie to be released. So this movie was probably made in 2009, 2010. It's just, I don't know, man. But watch this video, okay? Watch this movie. If you have Netflix, watch this movie and just pay attention to the little subtle details of how they use hand sanitizers and how they use hand wipes. And you see ladies wiping down the counter, and you see people coughing, and you see them highlighting people coughing, and you see them arguing about if you should wear a mask, if you don't wear a mask. And then there's the outside world that's trapping you in because you're not vaccinated. If you don't take this shot, you're not allowed to exit this building. And that's exactly, I'm telling y'all, this movie, now, this movie wasn't scary. It was just eerie how accurate it predicted how we're living in 2021. It's not like scary, like jumping out, you know, like zombies. I'm not scared about that. It was scary just how accurate they was in this movie of how we are in 2021. I'm telling y'all, go watch this movie tonight. I recommend everybody, if you're watching this video, watch this movie tonight on Netflix, okay? This movie will have you a little tripped out. And see, like, people are, all right, so I don't want to ruin the movie, but right here, this little, this man was, I don't want to tell the story, but this man was infected by the virus, and then the air people called, you know, for help. So they land the plane. And when they land the plane, the airport was, nobody was at the airport. All the doors were locked. Everybody was gone. And everybody's like, yo, what the hell is going on? So when they land the plane and they got into this little area, the cops and the people outside that were trying to help them kept them in. They didn't allow them to come out. And in order for them to get help, they would have to get the shot. And if they did not get the vaccine shot, they would leave them inside of the place to pretty much die. And yeah, man, so this is the warehouse that they was trapped in. And as you see, like, this dude is going to the doors, but the doors are locked. The windows is locked. The power is shut off. And they just pretty much trapped. They are trapped in this place. And they are arguing, talking about if you should wear a mask or not. It's a little eerie to watch. You know what I'm saying? Not because it's scary, like, yeah, like these people right here, right? These people right here, they came in to help. But they wouldn't help you unless you take the shot. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. They predicted this in 2011. Like, right here, this was the shot right here. This was the vaccine shot that you had to take in order for them to help you. And if you didn't take it, they wouldn't help you. It's a little crazy to watch. So I highly recommend everybody watch this video. Everybody watch this movie tonight. And when you watch it, you're going to be like, oh, shit. You'll be like, oh, shit. But yeah, I just wanted to make a video just to let y'all know, man. Man, this whole thing that we are dealing with now, I don't know. It seemed like it was premeditated. YouTube, this is just my theory. I'm not saying that this is actual factual. I'm just giving my, opinion. But it's just crazy to see how some of these movies that we watched years ago is really playing out in real life in 2021. Like, we are literally living through some movie scenes, and it's crazy. But definitely, y'all go watch this movie, Quarantine 2. Watch part 2. Part 1 really doesn't really hit on how we living in 2021, but part 2 hits home. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So everybody go watch this. If you got Netflix, or if it don't matter. There's websites that you can go to watch movies for free. But everybody needs to watch this movie tonight, Quarantine 2. And you're going to be a little freaked out. But other than that, man, it's your boy DMD. I'm signing out, man. Peace.